"Look, Mr. Walker, I get why you're pissed at me," she said calmly. "I came to steal your Lamborghini." "You know, I've heard of you," he eventually said. "Ellie Reckless, the bitch that works for favours." "Sometimes," Ellie replied calmly. "Working for cash is better," Walker offered. "I follow his Instagram. Guy gives sick hit sessions." "Hit sessions?" Now it was Ramsey's turn to look confused. Tinker leant in. "High-impact interval training," she replied. "And you were mine," Chantal replied, with a hint of sadness. "But then you compromised. You didn't care about hustling anymore. You didn't make an effort to keep me in the style I was accustomed to." "Style you were accustomed to? You lived in a shared flat in Latin when we met." "Now, Mr. Wyatt has come here of his own volition," he stated carefully. "He's not a suspect, nor are you a police officer." "Any more," Wyatt added in a sudden drawl. "Oh, I know all about you, Miss Reckless." "Oh, all four of you, certainly. But perhaps I could have a word with Miss Swinglehurst to begin with." "I shall let her know you're here. Will you take anything? Some tea, or perhaps some lemonade? It's a warm day." "Some lemonade would be very welcome, thank you." She wrestled him around and got on top of him, holding his arms down and pressing a knee into his crotch. "This is important." "Says my long Tom, so shift your knee a point to starboard." Anne pressed down. "I said important." "Ow! Is there money in it?" "There's honour in it." Calico Jack relaxed and looked up at Anne. "Now there's a word you don't often use." Amadeus looked closely with his spyglass, and then scanned the huge letters on the sloop's side. "Las Verganza de los Jacobitos," he translated for the mate. "Escoceses, quizás." "Scots, maybe." "Mr. Gare," Calico Jack whispered. "You don't know?" Gare whispered back in insulted astonishment. "If you please, Mr. Gare." "The River of Leith, what else?" "The River of Leith, what else?" Harwood said. "If that doesn't convince him we're Scotch, nothing will." "The whores had best be worth all this," Davies said to Carty. "I see your Scotsmen are in a Bermuda sloop," he said, blandly. "I can ask them about their ship," Captain Amadeus said, not hiding his annoyance. "Rest. You spent a long time shouting through a trumpet." Father Sereno gestured, and the soldiers seized them by the arms. "Adetta Soye!" Tadenikawo shouted. "Don't resist," Adetta Soye said in Yoruban. "Don't fight on the water." He nodded to the city on the horizon. "Wait for dry land." "I don't understand." "When you use our snails, you get purple, but the purple does not stay. Days in the sun, it is now blue. Phoenicia knows secret ways to keep the purple." "I never knew that." "That is good, because now you do. We have a saying, the wise learn each day." Taran shook Perseus's hand firmly, looking at Hermes as he did. "Ah, the warrior." "No, that's an older brother. The metal worker." "No, not that one either. The drunkard." No, that's also a different one. It's a big family, Taran. This one is brand new, in a way." "The family system was the best we had after the collapse," Mom says. "Better than anarchy. Perhaps, but the time for families is past. People deserve better." "I think it's wonderful you want to do something good," Deirdre says. Anton Veskarov strides over. "The corporations aren't blameless either. We profited by letting the families get away with murder." I grimace when he looks pointedly at me. "It's time for a return of democracy." I have no idea what the word means, and realise I've got a lot to learn. "All overseas security! Larga vida a la revolucion!" Americano shouts. "Of course, you'll need me for media relations." Darryl gives me a huge hug and kisses me on the ear. Goosebumps form on my skin. "You knew my father? How?" "Yes, a little. After your mother vanished, he took her place as Jambe. One night, my father asked him to cast out the demons possessing me," said Lucilla, jokingly. "What?" laughed Vesper, scrunching up her face in disbelief. "We Romans are very progressive in most things, but the body of a woman is not one of them." "We Romans, in our kindness, opened our homes and hearts to these traitors assembled on the sands before you," But they chose to spurn our generosity, our kindness. Kindness, muttered Vesper under her breath. Jacob leaned in close to whisper in her ear, Now would be a good time to perform whatever trickery you plan to do. Instead, scrambled tofu and whole grain spelt toast. Ugh. Refrigerator, sausage and eggs, please. Negative, Kim. The food company recommends that you begin the day with a nutritious breakfast low in fat and high in protein. Kim was indignant. Since when? We've had sausage and eggs every day for the last week. What gives?